Good everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we have a subscriber request by Samuel Pearce for the T-60 Lite. Now, I'm not a big fan of the T-60, never have been. It's one of those tanks where I even see stat patterns in this thing and I wonder why the hell they're bothering. It doesn't really have anything going for it. It has pretty bad armor. I mean, the front of the hull where the driver sits is actually pretty tough, I have to say that. But the whole armor is pretty weak, the mobility is questionable, and the gun is pretty crap. Now, from what I've been able to find about this gun, it is essentially a Shavak cannon modified to fit in a tank. Now, you can tell the Russians did this via the bodge job because this thing has a 20-second reload. Now, I did spend quite a while back some G that I had lying around to get an ace crew on this thing. I've got it pretty much maxed out on the reload and everything. I'm missing it by 0.1 of a second, but I really doubt that's going to make a difference. And, well, I don't play the T-60 very often. Obviously, this won't be the first time we will see the T-60 on the channel. We will be seeing it in the Talisman series for the tanks. When we get around to the USSR, this will be one of the first. No, I've never really liked the T-60 because of the gun. Its gun is very poor at what it does, and just in general, I don't think this thing's a very good tank for a new player. If anything, I think there should be a different tank added to suit this vehicle's replacement. I'm not saying the T-60's unusable, far from it, it can be used. I just think there's better options somewhere out there. Obviously, I hadn't had the patience to look. But I mean, this thing does serve well as a pretty well anti-aircraft platform for what I've seen people do it with. But the thing is that you've got to take into account that this thing's got a 58 round clip, it takes 20 seconds to reload, and if a tank rushes you, you're probably dead. Now, knowing my luck, we'll be fighting the Germans, so we're going to have to be very considerate with our ammunition choices and our positioning. Now, we do have one ace up our sleeve, and that's the APCR round. With 35mm of penetration, it can get the job done against most enemy tanks. Why do I say most? Well, there's some US tanks that will bounce this round like it's going out of style. And there's also tanks like the German tanks, which have 30mm of front armor, and all they need to do is angle a little bit, and you're screwed. But hey, we'll see how we go. Now, when I saw I had to do this again for the Talisman series, I was sort of dreading it, but to be honest, this may get me back into swing of things as this tank. We'll just see. Now, I'm not going to be bringing anything else, I'm just going to be bringing the T-60 because Samuel Pearce didn't really ask for anything else. But I just figured if we get at least one decent game out of this thing, that'll be enough. But anyway, let's jump into the battle. And we're straight in. Lovely. Let's have a look. We've got Sinai, and we've got Conquest on the A-cap. Okay, we've got a few options here. We could either spend the time flanking all the way around on the dirt road. I don't know why I'm pointing with my finger, but we could go to the right spawn and follow the dirt road round all the way to their spawn, even though that's scummy. We can't go to Joe's Ridge because this gun literally has no penetration, so there's no point. So I'm thinking, okay, there's no right spawn, but whatever. We will go on the left-hand side, we'll drive down this road and hopefully get some side shots. That's hopefully what we should be getting out of this game. The question is, who we got? We've got the French, Germans, Chinese, obviously us, the Russians. The Russians. It's Russian. Right, well, he's not looking where he's going, that H-39. And of course he blames the M8 for his incompetence of driving. Now, I did note this thing's mobility. It's actually not that slow. It's just the engine is really weak. This thing has two engines. In real life, it could drive on one. However, in War Thunder, it just destroys both, which I really would like to see addressed. The reason for me saying that is because this tank still struggles nowadays. against the Allies, apart from the US, it should do okay. It can work. It's just this tank is very... It's sort of a patient man's tank. You have to be very patient to play it. The problem is, when it comes to tanks, I'm very impatient. If I can camp up in a spot, I will. Well, I don't know why you just cut me up there, pal. You didn't have your indicator on. Bit of driving joke right there, folks. Let's drive up here and see what we can find. Oh, Daimler. Mate, this is not a Choxcan standoff. Got his gunner. The thing is with the Shavak, it's got a very high... I'm just going to call it a Shavak. It's technically the TNSH. It's got a very high fire rate, and obviously the shells do not have a lot of penetration. Right, well he's dropping artillery on us. If anything, the M8 should be backing up. But we're going to back up as well. Now the 2-pounder on that little Daimler is actually pretty dang good, so we've got to be careful of that. Well, he just got a kill. He just killed the ACG-1 AMC-35. Right, MA, I'm going to give you backup, pal, but I kind of need you to pull your weight as well. I see him, he's right there. Come on, Stalin, guide my shells. She's right about there. Wait, just use your 50 cal. You're competitive with a 50 cal. He's still waiting. I don't know what he's waiting for, but this guy is quite stubborn. Oh, Hargo, Hargo. Where's he gone? Really? The Hargo is bouncing my rounds? I find that hard to believe, but okay. We'll go with what you say, Gaijin. Problem is now, we are running low on shells. We're in a pretty bad spot here, folks, unfortunately. Can we get some air support? Thank you! BB-1! Legend! Right, let's move up a bit. Legend! Thank you to NebzD, or NebzD, I think you say it as. All I'll say is thank you, kind sir. Yes, I'm coming, even though I ain't got much ammunition left, but we'll gloss over that. Looks like this Har goes around the corner. I'm looking around now, I'm very worried about where that Har goes went off. Yep, there he is, there he is. Got his engine. Gone. Oh no, I ain't got much ammo left. Right, that did it. 2 kills. Right, now we're stuck on a 20-second reload. Because balance come lead. T-60 lead tank is not is barely balanced. Because secretly the APCI is overpowered. Right, that's that. T-60 light tank. Perfect best tank of World War II. Right, I'm debated as to try penning that guy at this range. Okay. This might not be so bad after all. Oh, hello. M3A1, we're backing up. We can't really pen that guy. I once... Do you remember... I think it was Feek, or it might have been Hot Pants 123, and he'd literally played the T-60 like thousands of times. I'm not being funny, right? This thing just... I mean, it's performing well, but... It's not exactly a blessing of a tank. I wouldn't choose this over a BT-7, I'll tell you that way. I'll put it that way. There's a pea shooter coming in now. Oh, he's just dropped bombs. And he's just killed someone. Pea shooter going ham. Wait, where did you get taken out from, pal? Oh, pea shooter's come back in. Oh, he's just lost some important parts. Yep, he's gone. Guys, there might be a tank round there, just to let you know. Oh, hold on, what's that? LVT. Oh god, that's a big gun. That's a big gun. Back up. Is he looking this way? I did it. Oh, he just got smoked from behind. So that's her around. Don't mind me. Is he climbing up that rock? I think he is climbing up that rock. And I've only got 15 rounds left. Because this is low tier, he might not have the common sense to check his corners. Same with that guy. Right, well he's dead anyway. Wait, we've got 5 kills. Fuck me, this thing. I did not expect that. I did not expect that. Right, we'll just do a quick reload. Well, I say a quick reload. More like a 20-second reload, but it doesn't even feel that long, to be honest, folks. Oh, that's an LVT. Is he looking this way? Oh, you're dead. Oh, A13. Well, we got him, but he got our gearbox. Major Pit 19. I'll have to... Oh, hello. Oh, Stalinium protects all. Stalinium! Come on, please survive this. Come on, reverse. Driver, I don't care how long it takes you, just put this fucking thing in reverse. Stalinium is protecting us, comrade. Reverse! Nearly got the gearbox again, the crafty shit, but we're okay. What the fuck is wrong with this tank? This should not be going this well. Oh, this thing doesn't feel nice to drive now. Oh no. M3A1's coming out to play. I'm just going to park it up here, folks. This poor tank's been through a lot. This poor tank. I can hear the little bastard and all. Ooh, yes! Really? I was out of ammunition, apparently. Okay. Random. Still, I was not expecting that kind of result, people. 6 kills, 1 assist. That's pretty insane for this little guy. I was not expecting that. I will be brutally honest. As I said, though, this tank is not the worst I've used, but it's certainly up there. I mean, it can work. The APCR surprisingly shrapnels quite a bit, but the thing is that you got to get to that APCR. And with the stock rounds being comprised of half API and half FIT, which will do nothing to a tank, you can sort of see why I suggest this thing as a new play, or not a new player tank. Now, obviously, to get down once we go to the army, you do want to go down the light tank line to get like the T-70, the T-80, ASU-57 and stuff like that. But I just don't think this is a very good starter vehicle. Now, I think there's an amphibious version of this tank, like a similar sort of design. I think it's called a T-40. It's got a Disca on it. That could maybe like a light SPA or something like that. I just think this would be more of a... This should be more of a collector's vehicle. I think this thing is... I mean, it's all right. Like I say, we did well, 6 kills. I just think there's better options out there. In fact, if I just quickly load up... If I just quickly load up some info on Wikipedia, we've got tanks like... I mean, we've got obviously Russian light tanks like the T-series, the BT. But if I just pull up a quick link up on you, or not on YouTube, just in general. I mean, we've got things like obviously I know there's some prototypes on this list that I can see here. Maybe something like, oh, what's the name of the reserve in water tanks? I can't remember, but there's a reserve tank in water tanks. I think it's called a VT1. It's like a French FT-17 ripoff of a Russian gun. I think that might work just that little bit better. I mean, yes, our Stalinium saved us at the end, but I just think this tank is better used as a collector's vehicle, like maybe an event vehicle. I just don't think this thing's all that powerful. I don't think a new player should have to experience such a weak tank. And I mean, the APCR is a rank 4 upgrade. I think what Gaijin needs to do is remove this BST round or BZT round, put the APCR right here. I think that's the best way to get this tank a bit more competitive if you wasn't going to replace it. But hey, I don't make the decisions. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video on the T-60. Thank you to Samuel Pearce for suggesting it. We had a blast, which I wasn't expecting. But hey, what can you do? Anyway, I will see you all on the next one.